Hey, this is Ryan from Muscle Without Meltdown with the Daily YAP. Today I want to talk about cannabis or marijuana and being neurodivergent and then possibly how it could affect your performance in the gym, but really just more of a general how it affects your life kind of deal. So, getting into the pros of it. Now, I myself was somebody that used cannabis to quit drinking because I was drinking pretty heavily and frequently. Not so much out of an addiction, honestly, but as and you'll hear a lot of people say this if you go onto Reddit, but it made me feel, normal and made being social so much easier. But that, comes at a really high cost as far as hangovers and what alcohol does to your body over time or even in the short term. So I really wanted to quit drinking. It took me a long time, but when recreational marijuana became available, that was something that made the transition possible for me. And since then, I've smoked on and off, kind of depending, trying to figure out is my life better with or without it. And to this day, I still really couldn't tell you. There's pros and cons. So, as far as sticking with the pros here, number one is going to be that, well, maybe not number one, but for me, just the social aspect. If I need to interact with people, it's a lot easier if I'm not stoned, but just a little buzzed. Stoned is like too much. Um, the harm reduction that we just talked about, not being hungover and all that, is a lot more conducive to having a productive life. Um, and at least for me, it's easy enough to quit when I want to if I don't want to spend the money on it. But I've definitely seen people that are really hardcore, stoners who totally fall apart if they don't have marijuana. So caution there. I feel like some people presented it as totally non-addictive or non-habit forming. I don't think that's entirely true. It's just a lot easier to kick than other drugs. For me, I would say it's like trying to quit caffeine or something when I quit smoking. But the cons. Now this could be just me, but I notice if I smoke beyond a certain threshold, like over the day or let's say the week, my mood dysregulation actually becomes worse. So, and I don't really know why that is, but that's definitely something I've noticed. So you have to kind of find the sweet spot of like how much is okay to smoke or how often. And I find that likewise, there's a certain threshold where it does affect your daily energy levels. And if you're really trying to do your best in some endeavor, whether it's athletics or work, you're going to kind of feel like you're dragging yourself around, even if you're not dieting or anything, even if you're like recovering well. So that's something to be aware of. And also, I actually really like being able to have cool dreams and remember them. And smoking, I don't know if you don't dream. You still dream, but it just becomes so much harder to remember. You wake up and it's just gone. So that could be something to consider. A big one in this like health and fitness space though is the munchie effect. Um, I don't get it as much with smoking, but if I have an edible or something, it's pretty pronounced, like just endless hunger. And it also is going to make you disinhibited. So, really high likelihood of going off the rails with your eating if you don't have something planned out in advance. So, definitely keep that in mind. I would be very cautious if you're on a diet, a calorie restricted diet, and you're looking to start smoking or start taking edibles. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's something you really kind of just got to try for yourself. Some people have just these total miracle stories where it just like changed their life completely for the better, and other people, they just got nothing but anxiety out of it. Some people say they get depersonalization from it, which I don't know anything about. I've actually done a lot of psychedelics and a lot of marijuana and never dealt with that, thankfully. But um, I would say just you know, start easy if you're going to do it, and be cautious, and be aware that, you know, a lot of the products out there are very strong. And on a side note, just a pet peeve of mine, if you're somebody who goes the medical route and gets the card and everything, please don't act superior to everyone else. We're consuming the same thing. The fact that you went to a doctor and you get a lower price and maybe some better products is great for you. But when people talk about, like, well, this is my medicine, and you don't understand, it's not like getting high XY. It's doing the exact same thing to you as it is to me. I mean, subjectively, it might offer you more relief or some different effect, but it's the same product. Okay, it's THC. Quit trying to church it up. But that is it for today, guys. I'm sorry this got out kind of late, but I had a lot going on today and the other day. I did see Star Wars, and it is better than I remembered. But yeah, that's it. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I will hopefully do a YAP and have a chapter in my book that I'll cover. So I will see you then.